When you walk through central Hong Kong, luxury feels impossible to ignore. On every block, glass windows display Chanel handbags, Louis Vuitton jackets, and Gucci shirts that shimmer under perfect lighting. In 2023, Hong Kong once again ranked first in the world for per capita luxury spending. But what exactly makes this small island such a fertile ground for high-end consumption? Looking through a geographical lens, Hong Kong's luxury dominance can be explained by three interconnected factors: its strategic role as a global financial and trade hub, which attracts capital and firms; its tax-free structure, which creates a strong price incentives for luxury spending; and the cultural symbolism of wealth, which embodies luxury consumption into everyday social life. To start us off, Hong Kong's role as a global financial and trade hub is led by two major factors: its strategic location and its stability in currency. Hong Kong nowadays is accepted as one of global's densest, biggest background of capital movement, with 9,960 mainland parented headquarters and 4,694 local startups, reaching both record highs in 2024. Situated next to Asia-Pacific region, Hong Kong's location acts as a key factor in drawing firms. Seabrook argues that its strategic location near the center of Asia-Pacific region and free of riverborne slit and deepwater access enabled smooth and efficient maritime logistics, lowering coordination costs for firms engaged in global production and distribution. As trade flows intensified, multinational corporations were drawn to Hong Kong, not only for its port, but also for its proximity to the Pearl River Delta, China's most dynamic manufacturing base. The city's location in the center of Asia, less than 5-hour flight to all major Asian hubs, combined with its deepwater port with no frozen period, allows firms to coordinate regional operations seamlessly. The linked exchange rate system, 1983, which pegs the Hong Kong's dollar to the US dollar, further attracts firms by providing currency stability, reducing foreign exchange risk, and enabling international brands to operate with predictable pricing. Combined with Hong Kong's blessed location and seamless capital movement, these conditions make the city a secure and profitable node within global circuits of trade, finance, and luxury consumption, attracting expatriates, corporate leaders, and affluent mainland investors who fuel its luxury market. This reflects the concept of relative space. Relative space is a socially produced space defined by relations and flows between places. Its significance arises from connectivity, interaction, and movement, not from fixed coordinates on the map. Applied to Hong Kong, this means the city's geographical importance does not come simply from its position on the map, but from its proximity and connectivity to the key production centers in mainland China and the major global trade routes. What matters most is not the coordinates of Hong Kong itself, but the short travel time and logistical efficiency between Hong Kong and these surrounding networks of production and exchange. The inflow of international firms derives luxury spending in Hong Kong by attracting high-income foreign and local professionals. Once basic needs are met, surplus income is often redirected towards signaling status, taste, and group belonging. Luxury brands become visible markers that distinguish the wealthy from others, a phenomenon long described as conspicuous consumption. In cities like Hong Kong, spatial imaginaries reinforce this expenditure. Hong Kong's spatial imaginaries present the city as a polished global shopping and finance hub where wealth and success are part of everyday life. This collective image creates an invisible pressure to display prosperity, making luxury consumption feel natural and expected. In such spaces, buying designer goods becomes not only a personal choice, but also a way to align with the city's imagined identity of success and modernity. A second explanation lies in Hong Kong's distinctive tax structure. While the city is not entirely tax-free, it levies no sales tax, no value-added tax, and no import duties on most luxury goods, meaning that prices which would be pushed up by 10 to 20% in cities like Tokyo, Paris, or Seoul remain comparatively lower in Hong Kong, turning shopping into a calculated financial choice for travelers rather than a mere indulgence. Correa and colleagues reported that overnight visitors to Hong Kong spend about 58.4% of their total overlay on shopping, a figure that sharply exceeds the UNWTO estimate of roughly 30% for global tourism expenditure on shopping. This disparity indicates that, in the Hong Kong context, purchasing high-end goods is deliberately positioned as a primary travel objective rather than a minor vacation activity. The price advantage aligns with the number of tourists who sustain Hong Kong's luxury demand. Joy and colleagues show that assurances on authenticity and substantial price advantage, often 30 to 40% below mainland levels, positioned Hong Kong as a prime site of luxury consumption, with mainland tourists rapidly emerging as a core consumer base, accounting for around one-third of luxury sales as annual arrivals surpassed 47 million. Taken together, these dynamics illustrate how the city's tax-free environment does more than simply reduce prices. It structurally anchors Hong Kong as a price-advantaged luxury hub. The absence of consumption taxes reinforces cross-border spending and ensures that tourist-driven demand for high-end goods is continuously reproduced, securing Hong Kong's reputation as one of the world's most competitive markets of luxury retail. Seen through a geographical lens, this can be understood using Global Production Networks (GPN), which is the cross-border networks that link firms, workers, and places in producing, moving, and selling commodities as one interrogated system. Hong Kong plays an important role at the retail end of these networks. Designer goods are conceived in Milan or Paris, manufactured in factories around the world, and then sold in Hong Kong's boutiques to international customers. Its absence of sales and import taxes on most luxury goods strengthens these positions by lowering costs, speeding up circulation, and attracting concentrated high-end spending to the city. Additionally, the absence of consumption tax again connects with the concept of spatial imaginaries boosting luxury sales. Hong Kong's image as a tax-free shopping haven reinforces the perception of the city as a place where luxury consumption is both rational and prestigious. This collective imagination encourages visitors to view shopping as a central part of the Hong Kong experience. As a result, the city's spatial identity amplifies customer desire and sustains high level of spending within its luxury districts. Luxury consumption in Hong Kong is also deeply cultural. In one of Asia's most unequal cities, where property prices soar beyond reach for many, symbols of wealth have become mobile. In 2025, Demographia ranked Hong Kong the world's least affordable housing market, with a median price-to-income multiple of 14.4, a level it classifies as impossibly unaffordable. With this being said, designer handbags, watches, and jewelry serve as portable markers of success, visual proofs of achievement in a highly competitive society. From a cultural geography perspective, these consumption patterns reveal how material goods are bounded up with meanings of identity and belonging. Cultural geography is the study of how culture, ideas, values, and practices is expressed through space and place. In Hong Kong, luxury shopping is not merely an act of purchasing. It's a spatial and social performance that reflects who one is and where one aspires to be. Shopping streets like Canton Road or malls such as IFC and Harbour City become cultural stages where class, taste, and success are expressed. Here, luxury functions as a language through which people navigate social hierarchies and express personal success in a city where space itself is scarce and symbolic. The combination of intense social competition, limited physical mobility, and a low tax-free market system amplifies these behaviors, turning luxury consumption into both a cultural expression and an accessible economic practice. At the same time, these items exemplify what Marx identifies as commodities. In Marx's view, once an object is produced for exchange rather than direct use, it acquires a social meaning that goes beyond its simple physical function. As use values, these goods perform practical roles. However, as commodities, they also carry exchange values that signal economic power, taste, and achievement. Luxury products are intentionally crafted to emphasize rarity, expertise, and artisanal precision, but their meaning expands further when situated in Hong Kong's high-end retail districts. Once displayed in a polished storefront of Central, the commodity does not just function as a product. It operates as a cultural marker that communicates prestige and success. This dual character of commodities, being both material objects and socially loaded symbols, helps explain why luxury consumption is so deeply embedded in Hong Kong's identity as a global, aspirational city. Through these three perspectives, global connectivity, fiscal policy, and cultural performance, we can see how human geography reveals the deeper logic behind luxury in Hong Kong. Here, luxury isn't just something people buy, it's something they live within. In the city where we live in, every street, every storefront, and every simmering glass wall tells a story of how economic systems and cultural values intersect to produce the geography of desire that defines Hong Kong today.